Running except for YouTube.
Come on, Scott.
I can't make the spinny thing spin faster.
What do you got going? A Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, you're live.
Welcome back, folks, to the live stream from the IES 2019 conference. Today we have Samantha Boernsen, lovely and talented, from Westburn Ready. But before we dig a little bit into the relationship between electrical distributors and lighting, we're going to tell you a little bit about Kurtzon Lighting. Go to kurtzon.com, baby. That's kurtzon.com. Specification grade, Greg.
And you'll see on their webpage right now on screen is their video showcase. So it shows videos on how to install some of their products, a variety of different things. So hose down fixtures, they've got everything they need on video too. So not only specification grade, we talked about 5-day quick ship, all the good fixtures they have. They also have great marketing material, videos that you can show how to get the fixtures installed where they need to go. Kurtzon knocks it out again, man.
And they got the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast talking about them. So go to kurtzon.com. That's kurtzon.com, baby. Specification grade. Welcome, Samantha.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Oh, not too bad. It's the last day of the conference, so trying to take in some courses and yeah.
What's your favorite bourbon?
I'm not a bourbon fan at all, though I am doing a bourbon tour tomorrow, so we'll see.
I was a bourbon fan. I'm not anymore. I'm probably going to be again.
You're moving back into it.
So tell us a little bit about your role at Westburn.
So I am the divisional lighting manager for the Midwest in Canada, obviously.
They have a Midwest in Canada.
Yeah,
huh?
we are the center.
How many people live there? 100?
Yeah, around there, 102. No. So I'm responsible for all lighting sales within the Midwest, stock and flow products, promotions, things like that. Asset, I guess, for the internal team. So yeah.
So Westburn is a full line electrical distributor.
We are full line electrical. Yes.
I should know this.
Sure.
You guys all know that.
They're like a Wesco or one of the bigs in the States.
Yeah.
Gray
Okay.
bar like that.
So what portion of the business is lighting?
It's probably a good 25% of the business. Westburn is very heavy automation, so they take a huge chunk. But lighting, I find in the distribution world, it's the low-hanging fruit.
Mhm.
So it's definitely, we've shifted focus to this is what we're going after.
Well, get the hell out of my orchard.
Picking our apples?
Yep, most definitely. So
it's 25% of the overall business, and your role is only lighting.
my role is only lighting.
Okay.
Well, when I was hired, my role was only lighting.
Mhm.
And then they realized that I'm an extremely organized individual that can help in other aspects of the business too. So I'm lighting and quotations and project management and running all promotions, any events that are happening. So yeah, I do a little bit of everything now.
Cool.
And how do you, I assume there's sales reps at Westburn that do,
Oh, yeah.
Are there lighting only sales reps or are they electrical full line?
They are full line. So I would be your lighting only. So they would just bring me along. We'll do a joint call, or I will go on behalf of them, see their customers, put projects together, and then hand it off to them for follow-up. And my famous, now get me a PO.
How do you keep them educated?
We do a lot of lunch and learns with the manufacturers. Obviously, with distribution, it's a little different. So all our inside and outside staff really care about is what's new and how much does it cost.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, all projects are so price driven now that, and it's so hard too, because I live in distribution, but because I'm so lighting focused, I look at quality of product and projects, and it's very hard on the distribution end when you try and put something like that together, and then it just goes out for, well, how much is this going to cost, and is there a less expensive option? So very much quality is sacrificed to cost.
Yeah, that's an interesting conundrum of this business. It's like we've never needed high quality, better manufactured products and an insistence upon it, than we do now.
Mhm.
But it's worse than it's ever been.
It is very bad right now. Everything is, we're a throwaway society. So people don't care. They don't care about warranties. They don't care about, it's just bottom dollar. What's the cost? So I feel very much for the lighting designers, engineers, and architects that are putting these projects together, because they're putting together these amazing packages, but that unfortunate little or approved equal comes out in the bottom of that specification, and somebody's getting an approved equal that's going to be half the price. So someone's investing all the time and energy putting the project together, and they completely get undercut just based on cost.
I mean, where are we going to go with this one? I was thinking, like, this morning we were talking about the promises, which is the warranties. Like, it's just promises, right? 10 years? Yeah, do 10 years. But you know what's the kind of weird about all this sort of thing is we may have increased the life of the light source, but we've decreased the life cycle of the fixture. Right?
Very true.
And you know, it's I asked Bree this morning with Alex, like, has this industry lost its integrity?
I'd say a little bit, yeah. I'd say, I mean, you look at even the manufacturers, they put out that premium product, and then they know that they're not competing in that market because everyone's targeting that stock and flow. So here's my premium, but here's my contractor series.
Sure.
So
How are you guys real brand specific? How many different lighting lines do you carry?
Right now, just due to Westburn and their Advantage program, we carry 4.
And you keep it at 4?
We keep it at 4. We do.
How many do you carry, Michael?
Oh, dude.
And
I'm a lighting distributor, though,
Yeah,
right?
no,
So,
different,
but
right?
no, but you know, every vendor you have, there's a cost to having a vendor.
Yes.
Right? There's a cost to it. You got to set them up. You got to pay them. They have different terms. There's this and that. Now you're like, you know, we'll get calls from, I don't know, pick lighting manufacturer X, right? They call us up and they're like, yeah, I want that. I'm like, dude, you got to earn the business. You know, like I texted you the other day. We had this one customer, 3 years, 47 follow-ups. Close the deal. Right? 3 years, 47 follow-ups.
47.
You know what I mean? I went and counted all the tasks of 3 different people too, following up on this one client. It's like, would you want me to be the type of customer that some sales guy calls on me, throws a cut sheet in front of me and a price, and I switch my business to them? Is that the kind of customer you're looking for? Right? Is that what you want? Or maybe I'll make you earn it like everybody else. Maybe you can come see me 10 or 15 times. Maybe you will see what your staying power is.
See, and for me, I'm the opposite, because I don't have time to meet with people 10 to 15 times. So for me, I'm looking for those products that are.
No, you have long relationships with 4 companies.
And that's the problem is, so say these 4 companies, they all come out with that same product.
Sure.
But it's the exact same product. There's no difference between them. So what am I going to do? Stock 4 of the same product, just in different brands? And then you have to try and keep all these vendors happy. Well, they want X amount of your business. Well, you have 6 of one, half a dozen of another, and you don't have enough of one manufacturer to actually do one job because you're trying to satisfy so many vendors. And that's why I don't understand. I only have 4. I know of some electrical distributors that carries 12, 13 different lighting lines. How do you keep 13 different manufacturers happy?
Give them a little bit of everything.
I do the opposite. I tell them, you better keep me happy, son.
True. That's what it's more about.
Last time I checked,
last
time I checked, I signed this check, buddy.
To you.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's complicated now. And not only that, though, but there's so many people so many new companies in the lighting business now.
Well, that's the thing. In the last 5 years, too, so many have popped up. And it's just, I don't even know how you keep up anymore. Even when I'm doing design builds, and the customer will come to me, well, I can get this from this guy for half this price. Who is this brand? Where did you come from? How are you offering 5-year warranty? You've been in business for 3. But nobody looks into those details. It's always that price. That price just sticks right there, and nothing else seems to matter. You can go point out the differences, efficacy of fixtures, lumen outputs, different features. But this one is $75 and yours is $100. So I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. And the reason being is that I find the contractors feel now too that they're the ones that want to make the majority of the margin on the project. So you're allowed to make 3, 4, 5% on the job, but they're making 25 to 30. So they're going with that cost-effective solution. So they're going to sell it at the same price, but they're just keeping more of that money in their pocket. And then when that product fails, they're coming to you to say,
Sure.
can you fix this for me?
Sure.
The industry's problem, and we've had a number of discussions on this, is end user awareness. How the hell are we ever going to get the end user to know what we know?
I think
Well, because we don't know anything yet. We're just really figuring it out.
Right. But
Like when we were talking about TM, whatever that is
21,
today,
yeah.
whatever it is today, and they're like, well, this and that and this. I think this is what it is, and here's a 40. That thing. The industry is really still like we're only 5-6 years into this LED thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't even have a life cycle yet of a product to look at, and then we're already like we're on the 10th generation of LED tubes. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, what about the first generation? I was selling first gen like 4 years ago. And now we're on the 10th generation of it, and it's got locking things at the end. It doesn't flicker. Like all the changes that have happened. Humans can't adapt, can't keep up with this, man.
well,
Never mind end users.
Yeah.
And that becomes very overwhelming to the end user that once they start to understand that whatever system they're putting in place a year to 2 years later might be obsolete and the next generation is out and they can't get replacement parts or
Sure.
able to expand on that system. So that really scares them and they will back away from a project just based on that. We'll wait till they get it figured out. Well, I don't know if we'll ever have it figured out because we're a constantly evolving industry.
I would say that not cell phones, but lighting is gone through the most convulsions and change in the last 15 years of all industries that I know of. I'm in the industry. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's because I'm in lighting. But you just look at how much has changed. And like, let me say this, we say, how do we get the end users to know? Let's say, Greg, you were the guy who knew everything in 2015.
I don't know it all in 2019.
No, but let's say you did. Let's say
Okay.
you knew everything there was to know in 2015. You would have been wrong about a ton of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Like totally wrong.
Yeah.
So now do we have it figured out? Now is it time for the promises to come out? Promises.
See, I think it makes sense to do LED. We all know that, but it's just they've got to go with the company that they can trust. That's going to be there to back them. That's the manufacturer, the distributor, the contractor, everybody that goes along with it. But a lot of people don't care. They still look at price.
Trust bankruptcy, buddy?
Do I?
Yeah. Do you trust that process?
No, I've never been.
No,
through.
because I mean, at the end of the day, like if people are these warranties that are out there.
Yeah.
Like, listen, anybody can. I got a plan.
What do you got?
Let's fly to China. We're gonna go to Shenzhen. We each put up 50 grand.
Yeah.
We come back in 6 weeks, and we're a lighting manufacturer.
Done. Exactly.
150 grand. What does it cost? No lighting experience necessary.
Right.
Well, and that's the unfortunate thing too. And even you look at distributors that are moving into, like I have wire and cable houses that are selling lighting now.
Sure.
And I have to justify why my cost is more on a project than theirs. And I said, well, I know one or two things about lighting here. You're going to a wire house to pick up a $40,000 lighting project, but that's the market now.
You guys you said about 25% of your business is lighting. Has it always been that? Has it grown because of LED? Is it?
It's tough to say. I mean,
how much of it is legacy?
That's right.
Like maintenance reorder.
Yeah, you do see a lot of that for sure. A lot of the major companies are so hesitant to change that. I mean, if I laugh when I go into job sites and can you still get 600 volt ballasts?
Yeah, sure. That's a hot seller, actually.
Right?
That's a hot seller. Like if you have 600 volt 400 watt metal halide ballast, you're going to make money.
You're going to make a ton of money,
dude.
Because it is.
There's a tip.
Wait, I'm from the U.S. What are you talking about?
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
You guys have 480
volt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's tough to say. I get less and less requests for the legacy products, but they want to retrofit those legacy products with like sources. So we're not necessarily doing a lot of fixture changeouts. It's more
LED tubes and
tubes, high bay lamps, things like that. You try and give the customer a warning. Well, this isn't approved to be used in this fixture because they come to you and they say, well, I got a quote to take out, and I know you're American, but 347 is a big thing in Canada. Yeah. So I'm going to take out this 400 watt metal halide lamp and stick in this LED 347 volt lamp and it's going to work. Well, it will for a short time. It will
good
melt.
Luck with that, pal.
It catches on fire and then they say,
sure.
Well, why did you let us buy this? Well, I told you this would happen and you told me that this was the price you wanted to pay. And here we are now changing out fixtures. So all that money you spent doing what you thought was the right thing could have been allocated. You've paid for half your project to replace it properly. So, but it's an education thing too. And I think maybe we don't do a very good job of educating the end users. As you say, it's very hard to get an audience with the end users because in the distribution world, you're dealing with a contractor. So you're making sure that contractor, what you can, understands what it is that they're trying to sell because they're the ones communicating. If you're fortunate enough to go with that contractor and spend that time with that end user, then you're much more likely to A, get the project, or B, completely scare them because you give them too many options and then they say, okay, I'm done. I'm out of here. This is too much. And that happens too, where and you look at the online platform now with the Amazons and things like that. Well, why am I going to buy this device from you when I can get it on Amazon and I can have it in 3 days and you're telling me it's 2 weeks? So that's my other battle. It's interesting.
So how do you
competition?
Yeah. So how do you stay educated then if you're the lighting arm of your company?
I definitely going out for manufacturer training. I attend the annual conference every year. I attend Light Fair every year. I'm very fortunate with my employer that they strongly believe in education. They're big promoters of the IES, so they're more than happy to have me attend these conferences, bring that knowledge back, educate the staff. Really as much as I can. The IES education webinars that they provide, the information on their website, really take advantage of your membership. If you're going to pay the money, utilize those resources that are available to you. And the other thing is you learn by making mistakes too. Like, let's be honest, that's what's going to stick in your head. Don't ever do that again. So,
what's funny is that that might be the only way we learn.
Agreed.
Actually, it's like, you got to let, Jordan Peterson, the great Canadian intellectual, very controversial. I have no idea why, but people get all weird about him. But he says, don't interrupt children when they're skateboarding. Let them skateboard, let them fall off the thing a couple times. Don't overprotect people. It's like, sometimes, it's there's nothing new, right? All of this has happened in some form before. It's like when you asked me about what Light Fair was, I called Light Fair a lighting hangover, right? 2019 Light Fair felt like a lighting hangover, compared to Germany, the party and the dancing and woo, 2017, everything's gonna be IoT, man. It's and there's like a lighting hangover. It's like you go through these boom and bust cycles, right? And so, how do you educate how do you educate me? I mean, I need to learn. I don't know what the hell's going on half the time. And I'm the host of the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast. That's why I do the show.
Trying to get a grip on what's going on.
Trying to figure it out here, right? Yeah. And, and I go to these shows like you, and it's very difficult. I think the industry is being humbled or is going to be humbled significantly, because you see that what happened in Detroit with the street light.
Oh, yes.
Like, people say, well, that wasn't me. That was the chose wrong this. But no, to the end user, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You told us like 7 years, or what is this all about? Oh, the company's bankrupt. Remember I said about bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Oh, the manufacturer is bankrupt, right? Well, so is Detroit. If there was ever a city that needed to get the money back on their LED investment, it's Detroit, right? Right. But they didn't make the right choice. But it's like, we got to get a grip on this thing, Greggy, this industry. It's tough. Trying. It's tough, man. It's tough to do sometimes. I forget we're live here. I better be careful with what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, you see the electrical distributors, and they have a lighting manager, and she's at the shows, and she's trying to learn, and then pass that down to contractors, and it gets convoluted. It's like a game of broken telephone.
Mm-hmm.
It is. The industry is a game of broken telephone.
It is, in a way.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if those damn contractors would know. And I'm like, listen, I own a contractor. I own an electrical contracting company. I own a distribution company. Okay. I own both. And the contractors are not stupid. The distributors are not stupid. It's just that nobody really knows what the right simple message should be.
That's true. That's what we're trying to figure out. That's what it's all about. That's why you come to the IES convention.
This is a good place to start, folks. Get down here to the IES convention and join. Are you a member of your chapter?
I am. I was president a few years ago, program chair. I am currently the treasurer for the Winnipeg chapter.
And what do you
chapter.
what else are you doing here? I know you're doing some
Oh,
video
I
recording.
also do the interviews for the IES. So I was very fortunate to be approached last year. Last year in Boston was our first year, and I get an excuse to go up and talk to some of the greatest minds
Sure.
in lighting, and it's very exciting to have those set questions in front of you. But it's so much more than that. It's once you ask one question, it just spirals into you don't even realize that there's a camera on you at that point, and you're just really gaining some perspective from some people, emerging professionals, that this is their first conference they've ever been to, and they just joined the IES too. 35 plus year members that have been on every technical committee and just
those guys, those people are the best, actually.
just their contribution and what they've provided to the society.
sure.
And it's just incredible. It's incredible to have so many amazing minds in one space. And if you haven't attended the conference, I would say you absolutely have to. Anyone that is in any type of lighting, it's so valuable to your career, to your education. Yeah.
Where are those interviews going to be at? Where would you find them?
What we do is they are edited and they are posted on YouTube. Links are generally on the front page of the IES website. So
Awesome.
I know there is one up there right now. You can click on it. Yeah, take a look at some of the interviews. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's a lot of fun to be part of.
And you had him on too, so be
I
careful.
did have him on, yes.
Oh man.
Ooh, trouble,
Yeah.
buddy. You know, folks, if you're listening to this, if you're a student, you can join the IES. If you're a company, you can join the IES. If you're an individual practitioner, you can join the IES. You can do it. Do it now. Come to the conference. Meet all the great people. Don't be in your ego. There's stuff to learn. And I actually think this might be the best one, next to the NAILS convention, of course.
Yes, of course.
Well, the only one that's better is the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors convention, coming out hot April 19th, by the way, 2020. But for right now, we're going to say thank you to Samantha Boernsen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it was fun as heck. And you were wondering what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, well, I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Folks, go to kurtzon.com. That's KURTZON.com, baby. That's Kurtzon. What do you say about Kurtzon, Greg? Just quick hot blast.
121 years, 4 generations, specification grade, good online videos. What else do I need to hot blast? It's got it all, man.
There you go.
Go there. Check
Thanks
it
for
out.
listening, folks. Kurtzon.com.